Yeah, hi, I am Kayla Urbanski. I'm a construction solicitor in the team. I qualified in September and I've been a governor for coming up to 2 years now. The role of school governor was something I was actually aware of when I was much younger. So, probably around sixth form age, 17 or 18, I knew that there were governors and never really understood the definition of what these people did. So, upon joining Burgess Salmon, I was able to find out about the charity Inspiring Governance and was able to basically do a very quick application and find a school that suited my location and my aims and challenges within the role. So, school governance in itself may not be well understood by everyone unless you might have children in school and be a bit more in the loop of what school governors do. Myself, I'm on a board of around 8 other governors, and we essentially play a really pivotal role in assisting the head teacher and other teachers in overseeing the governance of the school, strategic oversight, challenging decisions, and making sure that there's transparency and that essentially the children's best interest is at heart and being pursued throughout our governance oversight. So being a governor has been really, really beneficial for my own skills and my own development. In terms of using skills from our job as lawyers, I found it's been such a helpful role. So we are really in on the detail. So I have the legal background for any policies. I have slight ability to understand the financial accounts from various training, PSC, LPC that we've undertaken, as well as generally communication, confidence to speak up and to challenge any decisions or any topics, ability to be confident in learning, because ultimately in our jobs everything is new at some point, and that's been really beneficial for me to bring both into my governance role and then bring back into my role as a construction lawyer. So generally, working as a governor is incredibly rewarding. You're volunteering your time for a really useful cause, which is ensuring that children's education and the school environment in which they are learning in is as good as it can physically be. So more memorable for me most recently is my primary school that I'm a governor at have had a whole rehaul of their vision, and this has been such a lovely initiative to be involved in, because you see the children just develop in terms of their knowledge of the vision. They'll create these beautiful bits of artwork, they'll have slogans which they've learned and can repeat back at you without any need for prompts. And it just shows the value that governors and teachers working as one, and also having the ability to still challenge one another, be transparent in decisions, and be doing it with the best interests, can bring just so much value to the children's development. And that's definitely something for me and the other governors on my board that we really gain a lot of value from seeing. I think the main myth which exists and probably still exists within governance is that you have to be of a certain age, a certain point in your career, or a certain general theme of perhaps you need to be retired in order to take up a governance volunteering position, when the reality is actually so different. So I am only just qualified, I'm still in my early 20s, and although I'm one of the few in my governance board of my age, it's been such a brilliant ability to come into the role with that perspective. So you don't need to be a certain age. There is absolutely no age or experience requirement, just the initiative to learn and to apply yourself and attend as much training and gain as much know-how from fellow more experienced governors. So I guess linking to this myth is then the advantages that being the younger member on the board brings. So For instance, I was probably the most recent one to have attended school and been in the education system, be that primary, secondary, further education. And that therefore brings familiarity. It brings more understanding of the context in which the children are learning and certain challenges that they may be experiencing, which can only be good. Essentially, it brings more diversity to a board. I guess also in addition, there's the ability for me to attend meetings with more of a perspective of being a junior lawyer. So I'm still learning, I'm still challenging myself, versus, for instance, retired head teachers, which sit on our board. I can challenge decisions, I can ask questions which people may assume we all know the answers to, but that can actually create more debate, more discussion, and a more well-rounded decision made at the end of that meeting. So in terms of time commitment, there is really not that much of a extensive amount of time that you need to allocate to your role. And I think that that's something everyone should be aware of, because it makes the role of a school governor even more realistic and attainable. I'd struggle to get an exact number in terms of hours off the top of my head, but the reality for me is I have one monthly meeting in the evening, which lasts around an hour and a half. There's the time required to read into the papers, and then perhaps 2 or 3 emails during the month in respect of the school, any initiatives, any opportunities to attend the school. So overall, the commitment is really friendly in terms of the time that you need to put in. For me, it sits as a really easy and realistic role alongside my day job. There has never been times where I felt I cannot commit to both and give both my all, because they sit really well alongside each other. And as already covered, they bring so much value to the other. They really are complementing roles. And so I guess the overall message in this video is, please do consider taking up the role as governor. Generally, there's such a need for people in these highly skilled areas to bring their skills, their experience into the role of governor and the boards. And in terms of any younger, more junior members, there is a real gap of junior governors. There is still very much an older section of the population who are taking up these roles at a far higher rate than perhaps the 20 to 40s. And so in order to change that trend and to bring that diversity of experience, that know-how, that more perhaps modern perspective on the board decisions, we all need to hopefully consider the role and take it up, because I really do recommend it, and I know that you will get a lot out of it.